Hello and welcome to 10 Minute OET. This is designed 10-minute OET. This is designed especially for your busy healthcare professionals who want to study for their OET but don't have much time. So these videos aim to put a lot into 10 minutes, and it's the last one of 2024. So to celebrate the festive season, I thought we would do something jolly this time, and we would do a quick listening all about a nurse who's won Nurse of the Year, and this is in recognition for her work with blood disorders. So we'll do a quick listening with a gap fill and some comprehension questions. We'll take a look at some Lexis. We'll also have a look at pronunciation as well. And why are we doing all this? Well, this is to boost your skills. By watching this video, you are investing your time in improving your skills for your OET and beyond. Because let's face it, just doing test paper after test paper is not really improving and building those skills that you need, those accurate listening skills. So this is what we're doing today. And as I say, this is going to be something nice. It's a feel-good story. It's something very jolly for this festive season. My name's Sona, I'm your online OET tutor with Bose Learning, and I'm a premium preparation provider of the OET. Thank you for joining me today. So this is the lovely nurse whose name was Kathy, and this was from a BBC News story. I put the URL in, you can see it here, and I'll also pop it in the description below so you can take a closer look at it if you want to. And this award was given out by the Nursing Times, which is a very famous publication for nurses in the UK. Do have a look at their website because it often has really interesting articles, podcasts, things like that on it. So we're going to, as I say, be doing a gap fill and some comprehension questions. So first of all, 6 sentences for you to fill in, and then a couple of comprehension questions with some multiple choice, little bit like OET but not. These are just really to help you boost your skills. So it's some intensive listening where you'll really kind of pick out these words here, and then just testing general understanding of the whole listening text. So here we go. Get your pen and paper and let's take a listen.
This is the story. A nurse from South Yorkshire has been named the best in the UK in recognition of her work treating patients with blood disorders.
Kathy Harrison is an advanced nurse practitioner at Sheffield Teaching Hospitals who's been raising awareness of chronic and rare blood conditions. Our reporter Kathy Killick has been to meet her.
Kathy Harrison has devoted nearly 20 years of her career to patients with bleeding disorders, but she also takes care to pass on her expertise to others, creating a national course for nurses and working many extra hours in education. And it's this dedication to the wider world of nursing that led Kathy to being honoured at a prestigious award ceremony in London.
And the winner is Kathy Harrison.
She walked away with the Nursing Times Nurse of the Year award.
Very, very surprised. I was very pleased that I hadn't had a drink and that I was sober for walking the full length of the room to get up and get the award. I was almost embarrassed. It felt kind of surreal, but I am incredibly proud, and so are my parents.
It's not just her parents who are proud. Her colleagues are too. It's meant a lot to them to see Kathy's work recognised and for the spotlight to be shone on blood and bleeding disorders, a little-known area of medicine that profoundly affects patients and their families.
We get to know multiple generations of a family, so we're looking after inherited conditions. So we can have 3 or 4 generations of the same family here in the service. And now, having worked for the team for nearly 20 years, I'm now seeing the babies that I've seen born coming through into adult service as well, which does make me feel slightly old, but it is also really lovely.
It's also a particularly science-led branch of medicine, and as a self-confessed science geek, Kathy has found her niche. Winning the award is simply the cherry on her cake. Kathy Killick, BBC News.
Okay, so how did we do? Let's have a look at those answers then. See how you went along. See if you got things wrong. And if you got things wrong, just think about why didn't you catch that word, or why did you get that wrong? So the first one, Kathy Harrison is an advanced nurse practitioner who has been raising awareness of chronic and rare blood conditions. You might have missed this "of" because it's very weak when we say it. Who's been raising awareness of chronic and rare blood conditions. This is the important bit. The fact that she's raising awareness and of these chronic and rare conditions. So the "of" is there for grammar, but we don't say it very strongly when we pronounce it. So did you miss that out? And if so, just think about that. Make a mental note that we need a little preposition here. We raise awareness of something. She's devoted nearly 20 years of her career to patients with bleeding disorders, but she always takes care to pass on her expertise to others. And here we have a lovely phrasal verb or multi-verb phrase. She takes care. She, puts that effort in to pass on her expertise, to, disseminate this knowledge that she's got to pass on her expertise by creating a national course for nurses. For nurses, again, that's a very weak sound there. By creating a national course for nurses and working many extra hours in education. And it was this dedication to the wider world of nursing that led Kathy to being honoured. So, dedication to the wider world of nursing, the broader aspects of things, not just the fact that she was a specialist, she's worked in this particular field for 20 years, but she's also educating others. So why are her colleagues so proud of her? Well, it's not that the whole department's been recognised or that it's going to bring in money. It's the fact that this award actually shines that spotlight. It brings blood and bleeding disorders into attention. It was on the national news, for example. So people are thinking about this. So her positive work and her positive energy is also making this a little bit media worthy, if you like. And more people are finding out about it. So her colleagues are proud of her work, what she's done, and how widespread her effort has been. What does she say herself about how she gets to know families? Well, she looks after multiple generations because it's an inherited disease. So she often talks about how she saw them as little babies and now they're actually adults and have gone into adult care. It's not multiple sites, it's multiple generations of people, and not that they are particularly old. It makes her feel a little bit old. Okay, a little bit of Lexis for you then. Can you remember from the context that we just listened to, or from your own knowledge, what's another way of saying the following things? So number 1, of course, is an inherited condition. 2 is a chronic condition. 3 was the advanced nurse practitioner. And 4 is a bleeding disorder. This is a job title used in the UK. I think in other countries they have other names for this. So pronunciation then, how do we pronounce these things? An inherited condition, so inherited, and this is an id sound at the back here, inherited. Chronic, a chronic condition, chronic. Number 3, practitioner, advanced nurse practitioner. And 4, the long sound, bleeding disorder. So blood, bleed, bleeding disorder. Okay, so there we go. A little bit of, lovely news, something positive to end the year on. And a big congratulations to Kathy for shining the spotlight on this important aspect of healthcare. And if you want me to shine the spotlight on anything OET related, you really want me to look at something in a bit more detail, maybe cover it in one of these 10-minute OETs or in an ear training or one of my other videos, then do let me know. Drop me a line, tell me what you want me to do more of, or if you want more of these, please then let me know as well. I love hearing from you. I love hearing about, your exams and how you're doing and what you're doing to prepare. So do please drop me a line. If you want a little bit more detail and a bit more in-depth knowledge, then why not take a look at my pre-recorded courses? You can find them on Udemy. And if you like this channel, I'd be so happy if you could help me grow it by sending it to friends, colleagues, anyone you think might be interested. And finally, if you want a regular dose of all things OET, then why not sign up to my Telegram group? There's a QR code here and I'll pop the link in the description below as well. So once again, thank you very much for joining me for this whole year. I don't know how long you guys have been watching, but it's been really lovely to have you. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'll see you guys all again in 2025. Till then, take care. Bye.